Bye.
Okay, thank you. Highway in New York City outside Pier 57. Let's give you a shot of one World Trade. Let's take a walk here. I want to show you, we're right on the Hudson River, and take a look at that. You can see that it's frozen for hundreds of yards. A bit deeper into the water, the closer you get to New Jersey, the water opens up and it's still passable, but I've never seen it like this. I've lived in New York for 4 years. The snow that we saw over the weekend was by far the most that I've seen here in New York. And today, Mayor Zohran Mamdani said that this is the coldest temperatures that New York has dealt with in 8 years. So this is definitely not normal. I believe they call this place Little Island. Are deadly. Deaths that is working to confirm that it was hypothermia that killed those 10 people, or it could have been drugs or anything else, but they were found outside, so it's considered a storm-related death. As for the snow in New York City, it's mostly clear off the streets at this point. The Department of Sanitation did a great job clearing all the streets. They plowed every single street in New York. They have these sites that they're starting tomorrow where they're actually burning the snow so that they can get rid of the snow, because in New York, one of the big problems that we deal with is that there's no place to put all of it. With all the people, all the congestion, everything's on top of itself. So Boston, they got a lot of snow as well. Let's give you guys one quick look here before we move on to Boston. But you can see, the ice jets out hundreds of yards into the Hudson River. This is something to look at. That's Pier 57 right there. Manhattan going towards the east right here on the west side. But as I mentioned, Boston got hit with, I believe it was 23 inches of snow reported at Logan Airport, which is the 8th most in recorded history in Boston. So more than that, as if we weren't already having too much fun, the Northeast is bracing for a possible second snowstorm this weekend. So I guess that we fine-tuned our process in terms of dealing with all the snow last weekend. So if we get hit again, I think confidence might be a little bit higher. Take a look at some of this snow right here. So you can see that's a pretty good indication of what we got here in New York. Between 8 and 12 inches, depending on where you were. In Central Park, it was a little bit over 11 inches of snow. I've actually never been up here, so I'm just kind of walking up to see what this view looks like. But yeah, Boston got hit hard. Airports are still struggling, although there's signs of improvement. The worst airports to fly in and out of today are in New York, Boston, Dallas, and Washington, D.C. Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy said yesterday on Fox News that the goal is to have operations resembling something close to normal by tomorrow. So that's good news. We were talking to some travelers in New York who were stuck over the weekend, and they just couldn't get out of the city. So they were really frustrated with that. NTSB investigators are on site of a deadly private jet crash in Bangor, Maine. That investigation just started today. It's not exactly known if weather played a role, but the crash happened on Sunday as Maine was getting hit with this brutal storm that we all dealt with. So, yeah, the temperatures are frigid here in New York. We could get to 0 degrees for the first time in a decade this weekend. Over the next few days, the temperatures are expected to be close to or in the single digits. You can see people here. But as you absolutely have to be, it's the type of cold that legitimately hurts when you step outside. Take another look at this. Got a helicopter flying overhead. You see One World Trade down there from a higher viewpoint now. You see massive ice sheets here extending quite a ways out into the Hudson River. Man, it is cold. So, schools are back in session in New York. There was the remote learning day yesterday. Mayor Mamdani said they made that decision because of the academic calendar, and they just didn't have the opportunity or the wiggle room in the schedule to have another snow day based off what he said was decisions made by the prior administration. All right, this is the look I wanted to give you. We're at the top here. Look at all that ice. That is how cold it is in New York City right now and across the Northeast and other parts of the country as well. There's major power outages from Texas to Georgia to Kentucky. Kentucky Governor Andy Beshear was saying earlier today that they're working hard to restore power to everybody there who is still without it. And of course, with temperatures being what they are, not having power can be deadly. It's a big, big deal. So stay warm. Hopefully you have power, and hopefully you're enduring this brutal winter as best as you can, man. Summer's sounding pretty good right now. We're going to be on special report tonight with Brett Baer. I think 6:07. If you want to keep an eye out for the update on this winter storm. And as I mentioned, a possible second winter storm coming this weekend in the Northeast. A bit early for forecasters to tell us exactly what we can expect, but everyone's hoping for the best. So that's all I got for you guys. Signing off. Have a good day.